Hello, everybody. This is Angel Arts, and welcome to yet another Let's Co-op the Dark Pictures Anthology. I am joined here once again with my buddy Shay.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing?
They just released the most recent of these, I guess, choose your own adventure like horror survival RPGs called The House of Ashes, which this is the same company from the same company who made Until Dawn. So for those of you who are fans of that and hadn't heard about this series, definitely check this out. It's a bit shorter than Until Dawn, I found, but I don't know, so far, warts and all, I've enjoyed them so far. How about you, Shay?
Yeah, so have I. They are a little short, but I'm okay with that. Because you get them almost like a movie feeling or like a TV show. We really just get to experience that story, and then if you want to replay it, you replay it, because obviously things are going to go wrong the first time around. So there's always a reason to go back in, and I think short and sweet. So
exactly. So we'll have playlists in the description below if you want to check out our co-op LPs of the previous titles of the Dark Pictures Anthology. Before we continue on, let's just briefly introduce ourselves. Shay, I'll let you go first if you want to talk about yourself briefly and your channel.
Sure. So Shay, or XEI, XEI Gaming is the channel where I run the Let's Plays. I met Hark through the YouTube community with the whole LP stuff back many years ago at this point. But here we are, and now we're buddies, and we're always playing together. So I mean, it's great. We've done Borderlands together, so all the Borderlands series, which was a lot of fun. As co-op, and we've done these anthology series. We've done some tabletop RPG together, which is also really fun. We seem to have the same habits of just delving into story and character, talking a lot in our Let's Plays, and all of you are likely familiar with that if you follow any of us or both of us, and I do encourage you to follow both of us, of course. So there you go, and so that's my introduction, short and sweet.
Awesome. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Hark, also known as Angel Arts on YouTube. Like Shay, we both are not huge horror people. I'm not a fan of jump scares, neither is Shay. I'm not a big fan of gore, but I can stand gore if I need to. But however, I do enjoy a good horror story. If there's an engaging plot element or mystery or story element, those are the kind of horror I will tolerate and normally enjoy. And so this is, if you enjoy watching people who scare very easily, you might want to hang out and watch us. Just as an FYI to everybody who's watching, this is my new house. I have 2 kids, 1 newborn. It's not even a little bit more than a week old. So the way that my setup here is at this house, I don't really have a door in this room. This is kind of my basement, so I apologize ahead of time if you hear random crying upstairs, or if a really, really scary thing is about to happen and you start hearing Baby Shark. My apologies. Hopefully that will not completely take you and me out of what's happening on the screen. But, just as a disclaimer, I can't really do anything about it.
That's fine.
The other alternative is I don't play this Let's Play at all. So hopefully this is a okay consolation. But why don't we explain, Shay, what is going to be our approach for Let's Playing this game?
Yeah, so we learned stuff through our anthology experience, right? The first one, we didn't really understand just how separated the characters were and how perception really mattered to our experience in that co-op, and so we shared a lot along the way. Not only did we share a lot, we were just open mic the entire time, so I was talking over a lot of Hark's very cautious scenes. It was just it was something for us both to experience and come out of from that blind Let's Play, getting feedback from the community and realizing, let's separate ourselves out of this, so that when we do our part of the Let's Play, it's just going to be it'll be my perspective, it'll be Hark's perspective, and then we'll try to reconvene when the curator is speaking. And from the experience from the second Let's Play, we still don't know what we don't know, right, when we're sharing things with each other. So we tried to be careful, but again, because we didn't know what we didn't know, sometimes we are still semi spoiling things about what the situations are from our perspective, and because of audience feedback, we're going to try to be hyper aware of that as well, and try to bring that into this Let's Play and separate it and just save it for the end. So we're likely going to stick to the gameplay probably more often, because those were breaks for Hark and I, just to kind of get a reprieve, you know what I mean? Sometimes that high tension, we just need some breaks too, and that was our way to kind of like diffuse, so we'll see how this plays out, but that's our goal this time around, to try to just contain a lot more, save it for the end, and just blast through this experience. And hopefully, hopefully I don't see, my fear is always this, Hark, like playing with a controller. Worth mentioning,
Yeah.
I'm not a very big fan of, I'm not even at all like a quick time events. Mangle me. It's something I recall, I think both of us having an issue with the last game, which was the way the QuickTime events kicked off. For me, it was the positioning of the QuickTime signals on the screen. If something's on the right, I want to press the right button. If something's on the top, I want to press the top button. And when they switch the letters around and the spatial composition on the screen, it really messes with my brain, and I'm not familiar enough with the gamepad. And so that makes me more nervous than the horror of the game itself, because I'm going to mess up for Hark, and I know he's going to have to compensate for me and keep his favorite characters alive. I mean,
that's true. It only matters when it's my favorite character on the line. That's what it only matters.
So hopefully I summed up what our approach is. We're going to hope that we do something that is that all of you can appreciate, and of course we're always open to feedback after this experience, right? And we'll take it to the next one. So
we will try extra hard this third time around to be more conservative and more cautious about what we say to each other, what we say or don't say to each other.
Yeah.
So what were you asking me during the break, Shay?
Yeah, so we forgot to talk about that at the intro, but I asked Hark what he speculated about the game, like what we got out of, because we both watched a trailer and that's all we watched, and it's important to say we are playing blind again, so just be patient with us, but also we're going to be speculating as we go, because we like to see if things line up, and I have an idea of what I was expecting out of the game. I asked Hark, and Hark, go ahead.
So it looked like, based on the preview from Little Hope, that this is sort of a Tomb Raider-like kind of theme, at least. I do know that it stars Ashley Tisdale as one of the main characters. Ashley Tisdale, I'm sure many of you probably at least are familiar with her from either High School Musical. She was Sharpay in High School Musical, as well as, I think Maddie was her character's name in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. So big, like, Disney Channel.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. But now she's doing this with
crossing fingers for her life.
Crossing fingers for her life. For those of you who are a big Ashley Tisdale fan, I liked her character just fine. She was cool. She did her. She did both Sharpay and Maddie well. I thought, two very different characters. Mm-hmm. But how about you, Shay? What are your thoughts going into this?
I was in the same boat. I see something with a helicopter, so maybe like there's some army connection, but so modern day, but sort of slipping into something that's Tomb Raider-esque as well, or Indiana Jones or something like that. I mean, we're getting that vibe from like a House of Ashes. It just makes me think of like there's something going to be something with some tombs, or some uncovering of ancient dead or something. So that's where we are right now. So hopefully the first act will, give us some information, and then we'll reconvene and we'll give our quick thoughts about that in the intermissions before we continue forward. But we just wanted to bring the audience along for that ride as well.
Cool.
Cool.
I am thinking possibly mummies.
Yeah, I'm with mummies as well. Yeah.
Who knows?
Yep.
So,
because these games are known for switching things around, and throwing curveballs. By Act 2, things start to swing around, and they're either more mundane than we expect, or it's just it just goes sideways. Just turns into something else. So yeah, looking forward to it.
All right.
Cool.
I'm going to attempt to play with the controller and see how it goes from there. For they have sown the wind, and they shall reap the whirlwind. Horsey 8-7. That's a Pokemon. Every choice has a consequence. Some decisions save lives. Others lead to death. Of course they do. Choose wisely. Now, this isn't a spoiler because this is pretty much a staple for these games and Until Dawn, but normally what happens is you have a prologue, and in the prologue, whatever characters you pick will die. But we'll see. Well, that's Akkad, 2231 BC. Whoa! So is this Egypt?
Your words are meaningless here.
I'm gonna put...
Your blood will pay the debt our king demands. Your sacrifice will lift his curse from our land.
General Barato, forgive me, my lord. The king demands your urgent presence.
I'll put captions when I have a chance.
For now. Take this one back to the cell. I'll deal with him later.
You're in luck, Gutian.
Luck? No. No luck for these dogs.
Sorry I forgot to put the captions on, but I'll do that as soon as I'm able to.
We should leave this place. The king, his madness threatens to swallow us all. This temple is cursed.
I'd rather die in this cursed house than perish to the plague and famine out there. We have our orders, Captain.
Ooh. That was in the
Moon
painting.
God sent you to destroy my kingdom. I know it, girl. I see everything. Look around you. Is this hall not famous enough for my mistakes? Do the gods not bask in its glory? The Gutians are coming, General. The Moon God sends an army to destroy us.
I shall muster our forces immediately.
Good. And what news from below?
There are hundreds of prisoners, my king. Their sacrifice will take time.
Time is no longer in our hands. No matter. The blood of this army will nourish the sands. The sacrifice will be fulfilled. Starting with this one.
Oh!
Tell me, General. Does she remind you of anyone?
My king.
Oh!
Do you not see a hint of your own daughter in her? What
Which
age
character
would
am
she
I-
have been now?
Which character am I playing?
18.
Him?
18. What a tragedy this plague has been.
Oh my gosh.
Kill her.
Oh!
My king,
Okay, cool.
would it not be wise to keep the girl alive? She's an enemy scout. We could learn the Gutian's plans.
No. Every drop of blood brings us closer to salvation. She must die.
Oh. Alright, here's the quick time. I think I'm a little bit better with the controller when it comes to quick time than I am with the keyboard. So, because I know they're a lot closer together, the letters, so hopefully I'll do a much better job with the quick time on controller. Press R2. You don't have to attack. I see. Alright. I don't have... I should have not attacked. But I guess... I mean, in character, I guess I would have obeyed my master. I gave my opinion, which I probably would have overstepped my bounds just doing that. But I gave my opinion. He said, no, we're gonna kill her. And so I'm like, okay, fine, we'll kill her. Fine. I have to remember I don't have to actually do it. Because sometimes that's the correct answer. The correct answer. Oh my goodness.
Where did you steal that from, Gutian? Who did you murder to claim such a pretty thing?
I'm no thief.
Then you're unique among your kind. Either that, or a liar. No way your people make that. You can't even wash your own asses, much less use a chisel.
That belongs to me!
In this house you have no rights. All favor is owed to the sons of Naram Sin.
Naram
Gutian
Sin.
army.
The Gutian army.
Perhaps you're lucky after all. You get to hear your people scream as they fall before us.
I'll kill you, Akkadian!
Kurum.
You will learn who we are. Your king tried to wipe us out. But we still stand! We still stand!
You Gutians are a stain on this world. A worthless pack of feral dogs. Too stupid to survive another day.
You think so?
Ooh. Oh! 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 Ow! Brutal. Ooh. Oh! 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 I don't know why, but this guy sort of reminds me of Dalsim, at least in his outfit, because Dalsim's got, doesn't he have like the skull necklace? And he's rocking the bald look too. Hopefully that wasn't Shay that I just stabbed. Hopefully. So, while we're waiting for Shay, so far I'm really digging the aesthetics, the design and the aesthetics of this game. I'm really loving the theme of I don't think are we in Egypt? So my history is not the greatest. So I believe the Gutians are an actual real life group of people, I think. I'd have to look that up. That guy's mask, man, creeps me out. Oh, it's a solar eclipse. Do we got some like heroes thing coming along? I want me some Peter Petrelli. Milo Ventimiglia. Oh. So there's a war above, and there's some demonic sounding creatures down below.
Gods give me strength.
Ooh. Oh. Oh, wow. I did not expect him to get slaughtered. There's the eclipse. Oh, is the eclipse when the creatures are able to come out from under the ground? Because maybe they live underground and during the they only come out at night, maybe? Or when it's dark outside? That's just my guess. Kind of reminds me of a movie that had a same... I mean, there's a bunch of movies, I think, stories that have a very similar thing where the monsters can only come out at night or during an eclipse. Do you want to get thrown out there? No. Oh, I bet you that's Shay's. I bet you that's Shay's character.
What is out there? What have you Arcadians done to unleash such force?
We've been cursed.
We've been cursed.
Your king has cursed us all. We thought you were the demons. You are wrong.
They thought each other were the demons.
My king sacked the temple at Nippur. He builds this temple to call for forgiveness. But the gods don't listen.
And now he too is silent.
Even my daughter's death couldn't wake me to the truth. I followed a fool into the abyss.
Don't let his ruin become ours. This is your temple. What can we do?
There is a way out through the catacombs.
You think I should trust you?
I don't know if you have much of a choice, dude. Right, I don't think you have much of a choice. Do you want to just hold out there and hope that the demons don't get you? Alright, Shay.
Help me with this.
Ooh. Come on.
Follow me. There is a way out through this tomb.
Balathu.
Tomb?
Yes. For the builders when they're done. Come.
Oh. I got it. Bump, bump. Oh, Shay. Shay.
Good to see I'm stuck with Gutium's bravest warrior.
Oh, man. We're dead. We're so dead.
It's death. For nothing.
We're dead.
They died in vain. For a mad king.
It was a mouse. Press and hold R to pick up objects. Use R to examine. Hey, it's a beetle. Okay, cool. These controls on the controller much better than the mouse and keyboard. Looks like Shay's looking at that thing, so I'll look around this way. Okay. Yeah, I'm really loving this. Ooh, there's something here. What does it say? Oh. Oh, premonition, arisen. R1. So if I hit R1. Alright, somebody coming out of the tomb. Or something coming out, digging out of this pit. Is it this pit that I was climbing out of? I'm not seeing the hidden. It's really hidden. I'm seeing that the information is hidden.
We are cursed by our own actions.
Why did your king raid the temple?
Same story that history has taught us. For gold, for glory.
For greed.
I don't like how bottomless that pit's looking. If I go here and then press R1, can I see the snakes? So it looks like snakes, skulls. It looks like there's something on the left side though. Or would have been on the left side. There's a door here.
Here, help me with this.
I'm gonna have to press the button repeatedly, right?
You first.
We're safe down here.
You first.
What is this that adorns you?
Ooh.
The history of Gutian. You Akkadians fought hard to destroy our people. But mark my words, our story has just begun. How do we get out of here alive?
The enemy of my enemy.
Is a friend.
We help each other.
Balathu and Kuram.
There is always hope.
Well, unless there's little hope. So I'm confused. So I believe we were seeing things from the perspective of Kalathu on the first scene. And then, or Balathu.
What was that?
And then we saw in the perspective Kuram in the second scene.
How many ways into this tomb?
We're not alone down here.
I think that's how it was. Ooh, look, there's all these snakes. There's all these vipers and snakes. And mummies, it looks like. So I'm thinking the creature is like serpentile in nature? Serpentile? This looks like it's gonna continue the
Over
scene.
here.
Balathu. Oh, snap. Oh, they're about to go Resident Evil on us. Oh, run, 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 run.
Coming!
I know.
Akkadian!
There's no escape. Our only hope is to stand together.
Stabby
No.
stab.
If we both run,
Then we both die.
Stabby
Ready
stab.
your sword.
I could. We're gonna die! We're gonna die! We're gonna die! We're gonna die. We're dead. How are we? Wait. Stab. It's all on me now. I have to defend Shay's honor. Yeah, son. Yeah, son. Alright, I did my job, Shay. Now it's your turn to do your job. Give him, like, a yoga flame or something. Yoga flame! Yoga fire! Oh, it's transforming. I don't like... Oh, Shay! I tried, Shay. My quick times were good. My quick times were so good. Oh, I'm about to die. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Here we are. And now the intro.
Won't you spare me over till another year?
There he is, the curator. Starring Ashley Tisdale. There we go. So those are probably the other main characters.
Well, what is this?
I think this is the same song for every intro, right? I think. Look at him, you know, just kind of strutting in like a boss to his theme music. Man, if I had theme music like this playing whenever I walked into a room, that'd be awesome. Yep, it's that time again. Nice. All right, well, that was the epilogue, or yes, prologue, excuse me. That was the prologue, excuse me.
I want this to end. You know.
Yeah. What do you think so far, Shay?
I mean, I instantly messed up some simple actions. You know that it's every game gets me with the heartbeat. Once I start, I don't know what it is. I get anxious on the clicks, and I think that the heartbeat is happening faster than the signals on the screen, and that compromised me with the wound to the arm. I think you got a couple extra swings in at the end there that I didn't get the opportunity to because I screwed up one of those events. So I got stabbed in the shoulder, and they just took me out sooner. So I wish I had a little bit more time to figure out what some of those combat, just what they're telling us to do. I feel like they throw you in, which is okay. This is the premise, but I feel like I wish it was just like more of just learning the controls, without it being part of the story that could be vital. And again, it might not be right now, but the next part is going to likely see some more failures before successes. But interesting. I mean, interesting premise. I was trying to speculate as I was going. I was like, wait, werewolves? Scared werewolf, reptilian.
Oh, werewolves.
I was just going through everything.
I wasn't thinking werewolves. Oh, okay.
Well, the sun and moon themes are coming up a lot, and I was like, is this like something with maybe that kind of thing going on where there's like, yeah. But I don't know. That's where I'm at right now. What are your thoughts so far?
Well, right off the bat, I love the design and aesthetics. Mm-hmm. I don't know if this is meant to be Egyptian or something along that realm, but the costumes and the set, I guess if you want to call it all the different rooms and just the general ambiance is just really cool and so different from the other two games. And I love the even like the costumes too. I kept saying that your character, I think his name was Kurum, sort of reminded me of Dalsim from Street Fighter.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Because he's bald and he's got like the skulls around his neck. So I don't know if that was like the inspiration of his design.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, when it came to the actual supernatural aspects of it, like, it seemed to imply that these are some creatures, a bunch of creatures that enjoy the dark and not the light, and therefore they live underground, and maybe they only come out at night, unless, of course, there's a eclipse, in which case they can come out during an eclipse and attack people. So that was kind of what I was going for. And then the last thing, I guess, which I'm assuming is a hint as to what the creatures might be or what their origins are, is that there's a lot of serpent or snake imagery in many of the statues and, I guess, like hieroglyphics that are on the walls. So maybe it's something to do that's, if not serpentile, but reptilian. I'm not sure. That's one.
It's a mix of things. I mean, yeah, because one of the statues, it was like that had the serpent at the end around the leg, and they had the fangs. So then I was like, is it because there's a whole blood reference? Is there like a vampire angle to this coming out at night? But now that's what these games do, right? It's like, and then you see a man coming out of a pit, but you're like, but that doesn't look anything like what attacked us.
Yeah,
it's zombies. I don't know. Yeah. So
yeah, that is true. And I think the other thing that completely separate from the actual story itself. I mentioned this before in Little Hope, I think, but it seems like the recipe for the prologues of not only all three of these games, but also Until Dawn, are very much recycled. And by that I mean, two characters. These are the characters that are going to die during the prologue. Like, pretty much every single
House of Medan. Yes, yeah. I got that vibe right away as well.
Yeah, as soon as like, oh, well, I better not get attached to these characters because they're just going to die. Like, I kind of was hoping they would change things up and make it so that these characters survived, because this takes place way, way, way back in whatever BC, I think. So
2200 BC, so a long time ago,
something along those lines. So I feel like they could have just let them survive, and they would be dead by the time our story actually starts. So I feel like if there was any time for them to switch things up, it's like, oh, just kidding, you're not actually going to die this time for once, or you could survive, because they'll be dead anyway by the time we get to Ashley Tisdale's like timeline. But no, they decided, no, we're just going to kill these characters again, because that's what we always do. Which I find really disappointing, because you just kind of expect it now after playing these games.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on here, especially if we go to the modern times now. It does have that ancient vibe to it. So it's still playing on the whole ancient mummy. It's like just the ancient dead, or something that is like buried for a long time, and like, it coming back. And I like the vibe there. I'm curious to see how they spin it with the new cast of characters, and if they're going to follow that model again. And you know the one I'm talking about. We've seen it in the games. You're going to have your nerd, or the equivalent to that. You're going to have your buff. You're going to have your, right? And so I wonder if that's all going to pattern out again to 5 characters like that. And then, we're going to have our favorites again. Yeah.
That's a good question. I'm excited to meet the characters, because I really don't know anything about them either.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, in the trailer, all we saw was I remember seeing was that's why I got the Tomb Raider vibe, was a female soldier on a helicopter, or coming down climbing into one, or climbing down one, or something like that. So that's all I got.
That's all we got.
They did really good with the trailer, like, to keep this stuff. We didn't get any of this in the trailer that I remember. I mean, we got the whole, like, this is going to be ancient, it's going to take place in that setting, but I didn't have any indication that this beginning, for example, was going to take place with characters in that era.
Sure.
So that context is cool.
They mentioned stuff about curses, and then they mentioned the Curian, what are they? The Murians? What are their names? The group of people that.
Yeah, my crew. I forgot their names,
but I was trying to figure out if those are actual historical group of people in real life. I felt like they were.
Yeah, I didn't remember. I couldn't. Nothing was ringing a bell to me too. And I took art history in the area. Like I went through this entire area, and I'm like I was like, where does this belong? Like I don't understand.
Yeah.
If it's it's in that region, but I feel like they might be lost cultures, and maybe that's what the
Maybe.
game is getting at, or maybe they do exist,
Sure.
and we just.
Well, to prevent myself from possibly being spoiled by anything, I'm not going to look it up until afterwards. So
Yeah, same.
But something to think about. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.